Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, RAKAKWADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the mighty Akim and Aquas out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. And today's, I want to go into something that I thought was, well, basically what happened was, what inspired me to do this video was, I got this random video. Okay, I never saw this before in my life. I just found out about it today. So I got this random video on my recommendations because, you know, YouTube always gives people the most random recommendations. And it was on this show called Moral Oral or whatever. And what happened was the episode that got the show canceled. And honestly, if you are young, if you are like not an adult, if you can't handle like serious stuff, I highly recommend that you do not, I repeat, you do not watch it, okay? Because while it didn't really do any lasting damage to me, I can say I kind of felt it. Other people, I think they felt it a lot more than me. So, if you're young, just, I guess, don't watch this video. But basically in the show, what happened was there was these women that had like some very fucked up shit happen to them, basically. So this one woman was like, she's basically the town whore. Like, everyone has slept with her, and when she goes home, you know, she has this condition or whatever, or defense mechanism, where she pretends to be childlike in order to, you know, make that as like her safe space or escape reality. And with that, you know, she just, like, something happens, like she had like a little teddy bear. You really have to just watch it. But like, basically, she has a teddy bear and she pretends like that's her husband, and then the teddy bear accidentally falls on her because she was, I guess, being clumsy or whatever. And then, like, basically, like, some stuff happens where it seems like it just like her world just came crashing down. Okay, so with that, you know, like, it kind of, like, yeah, I kind of, like, you know, that, like, wow, like that was just like, wow, like, that actually hit me, like, damn. So with that, after that, you know, there are more with you know, it just made, there are more things, but it wasn't as bad as that one. I think that was the main inspiration, and that also led me to reading the comments. And I saw in the comments, like, at least three different comments said, "I remember when," and then they basically talked about their own experience in, you know, sexual assault and whatnot. Okay, some of them was when they were like 12, 13, and they said their stepfather and whatnot, there was all this grooming and whatever. So with that, like, I really just, it just further pushed me to like think, like, to like see, like, wow, like, that's crazy. And like, that's all in Esau's world. Like, Esau is wicked. Esau is really just wicked. Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so the earth, there was, literal, real story. Like, this is a real life event that happened, okay? There was a Edomite man that had raped an Edomite woman, okay? So involving two Edomites. So, he got caught and whatever. And the judge, Edomite judge, was like, you know what? I think you made a mistake, and I feel for you or whatever. I think I'm just gonna give you a smack on the wrist. I'm sure you've learned your lesson. You won't do it again. I know you won't do it again. That's kind of basically what he was saying, because I don't remember exactly what he said. So with that, like, the woman just she just broke down, like, mortified, and like I actually felt sorry for her, because like that's like he really is just, that's an evil judge. That's not a righteous judge. Okay, like Leviticus chapter 19 verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor. Okay, so like, that judge was a respecter of person, just because he I guess an Edomite man judge, like, would probably do the same thing. So that's why he was like, I guess you wouldn't do it again. Like, basically making an excuse for him in order to, lessen the thing. He has the power to lock this guy away and whatnot. But it's, I don't know. But that just made me like realize furthermore why we need to get out, why we really need to get out. Okay, or we need to be delivered. All right, because it's not just Israel that's suffering. Okay, it's other Edomite people, and there's not even just that. It expands to not just rape victims, but like children who are being abused by their parents. Because there was another episode, a nature speech, whatever, that talks about how children get abused by their parents oftenly. Okay, and there's what else? I literally just had it, and that's why I need to write stuff down. But another one is how miserable some adult men get, because there's I don't want to only limit it to Israel, but there is child support, yes, which also extends to Edomite men, but there's also losing custody of your child as a man, not even an Edomite man, but as a man, as an Israelite man or an Edomite man, where you just don't even get to see your child at all. Okay, because the mother is a freaking demon, and she just says, "Oh, he's I heard someone say all a woman has to do is say, he's unfit to be around the children, and then that's it. Like, the father just loses. He can't do anything. As soon as the mother says that, and they literally lose. Okay, and also what's worse is they said that she can spring that up at any time. If things are going bad for the mom can just say that, and then at any point in time, even as the mom is on the cusp of defeat, it just turns around for and to be in her side again. Okay. Now, certain, obviously, if the Most High is dealing with you, then certain people get lucky enough, I guess, to win, but more often than not, they lose. So you have all these different horrors and atrocities that people in general, not just Israel, but people in general have to go through. Okay, and even I don't know if this is like wrong of me to say that, but like I actually feel like bad for the people that I hear this stuff happen to them. Like Esau has an abusable system and they don't fix it. They say I heard someone say time and time again, the system failed us. And the system failed us, but we have to keep the system because the system works. But the system doesn't work because it failed. Okay? This is crazy. It's so dumb. I really don't know what to say. So, and on top of that, that's just all in, America, I guess, to simplify it. But if you go to these other countries, there's a lot of horrible stuff happening. Like in the Middle East, I heard so many horrible stories of fathers selling their 8-year-old daughters to these fucking old 40-plus-year-old men, just to be extra wives or whatever. That is and then the 8-year-old becomes hated by the current the senior wife, because that was one of the things that happened. This is not right. This is not good. This is really, it's really messed up. And then there was another story about well, let me just fucking limit the amount of messed up stories, but basically this is the type of stuff that goes on in this world. All this I just mentioned, this is not exclusive to Israel. Okay, this is other nations. So with that, Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So these other nations, these people that are suffering, they should be wanting YAHAWASHI to return, wanting YAHAWASHI to send death and destruction to these wicked people. Okay, wanting YAHAWASHI to rule. Okay, this is crazy. Slucky if I speak a little oddly today, but this is wrong. For people to love this world, want to be a part of this world, and think that honestly, the best thing, the best comparison is thinking, if you think of any media that has someone or some villain trying to destroy the world, that's because I might seem like a nerd for this, but whatever. Madara Uchiha from Naruto, okay? He really wasn't, he might have been a dick, but he wasn't really evil. He really wanted to bring about peace in the world. Okay? Maybe the way he was doing it was stupid or just objectively wrong, but outside of, those flaws, he he really did want peace. And after he had achieved his goal of, putting most of the population of the entire world into infinite Tsukuyomi, he literally wasn't gonna fight. He stopped fighting. He's like, okay, well, I my thing happened, so I'm not gonna. I have no reason to fight you guys. Do you really want to stop this after I just, made peace on Earth? No one's gonna fight anyone anymore, and everyone can live peacefully and happily. Okay, and then literally the only problem with that was the fact that and honestly, this is how I have to agree with this, because someone else said that the reason why Madara died, or the Madara's thing didn't go as planned, is because they wanted to extend the story and make Boruto, which honestly, fuck the people that did that, because it would have been a great story, a great way to end the story if they had just kept Madara as the final antagonist. But that's going off on a tangent. So going back to the main topic at hand, Madara, as well as other people, antagonists, sometimes they just see, like, this world isn't right. There's too many evil in this world. Something needs to change. Something needs to change. And when they go out to seek after that change, you have quote unquote good people, which are, people who are actually genuine and actually, like, in the media, who actually, want to be good people and whatnot, or are good people, but they stop them because they're saying that, oh, you're wrong. You need to give people a choice and whatnot. When the choice when people have been given choices, like, that's what creates all this war. That's what creates all this, pain and suffering. People have the choice to abuse their power, and they literally do. Okay, so, which also, like, that's another like a free will type of thing, like, which is, I don't want to get into it because it's gonna go into another tangent, but basically it's like the concept of free will is basically, in not too many words, the source of evil. Because when people are given a choice to do evil, then a lot of times they do. Okay, so a precept. Let me see. Where is it? Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. So now, verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Most High, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. So now, the reason why I bring this out is because, while yes, again, I don't want to go too much into it, but I just have to make it known that free will doesn't exist, because everything is leading up to fulfilling certain prophecies. Okay, now there are kind of like it. That's why I said I didn't want to go into it. But basically, in over here, it says, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts. So we're basically gonna know the Most High's laws. It's gonna be ingrained in us that we're gonna do it autonomously. Okay, so basically we're not gonna be able to sin anymore. All right, because we're gonna be autonomous. Men of the Lord, autonomous, just good people, I guess. All right, so that but only Israel though. So with that, that's gonna be who's gonna be at the top, ruling over these other nations. And when that happens, okay, we're not gonna be able to abuse our power like the judge I mentioned, who was like, oh, smack on the wrist for raping that woman, like, or whatever, or all the freaking cops that get away with killing our people unrighteously, okay, or whatever, just a bunch of stuff that Esau gets away with. Okay, we're not gonna be doing anything just wickedly. We're gonna be able to get I guess payback, I guess, for when they were just damn right outright wicked and abusive to us, like especially during slavery. Okay, like all that they're gonna have to pay for it. They're gonna have to answer for it. So yes, there's gonna be some form of quote unquote abuse, but it's not really gonna be anything like honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna be as bad. Like, which is, it's ironic. It's not gonna be as bad because some of the stuff that they did was just gay. And honestly, in my current perspective, like I really feel like they still probably will have a more brutal punishments to us. But obviously, we're gonna be able to be more creative. We're gonna have more power. So maybe there'll be something. But outside of that, we're not gonna be able to, just be evil. Okay, we're not gonna be abusing our people or our families or our children or whatnot. Just much like how Esau abuses his people, our people, and whatnot. Okay, because another thing I believe I hope I mentioned before was child abuse. Okay, because there are some people who just blame their child and just hate their children and whatnot. All right, and perfect transition. Even with all that happening, one might think, okay, oh, that child doesn't deserve it. But at the end of the day, yes, they do. Okay, because Proverbs chapter 12, verse 21, there shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. So there shall no evil happen to the just, meaning that the Most High would not let something happen to someone who is righteous. Okay, and a perfect example of this is Dinah, Jacob's daughter, and Tamar, I believe King David's daughter. Dang, yeah, okay. Yeah, King David's daughter, okay? So I did know it. Now, the a good difference in this is the difference in, they both said that they were raped, okay? So now, if you look at if obviously it says that they were both raped. Now for Tamar, she was forced into it. Yes, it was a literal rape as today's definition of rape. But for Dinah, she wasn't, okay? Because now the thing is, she went out. She went to be. Okay, the reason why it's not like forced. It's not. It wasn't forced is because number one, she went out to be seen. Number two, what was the second one? Oh, she didn't cry out. Number three, after it happened and Jacob and his sons were, confronting the person about it, she wasn't crying like Tamar was. Okay, so the thing, we can see that Dinah wasn't, saddened by it. Okay, but Tamar was saddened by hers. Okay, so there's that clear difference in the context of what had happened. Okay, and I forgot what. Slakia, the YAHAWAH. So the clear difference is, what could Dinah have done to have deserved, getting raped? And the thing was, nothing really. She didn't do anything. Okay, she put herself out there in order to, get with some Hivite. Get with them with a Hivite, Shechem. Okay, so she basically that was her, wickedness. That was her being wicked. I get wicked because we're not our Israelite women are not supposed to be getting with these heathens. Okay, so the difference is Dinah is more so early on. Okay, so she's and by early on I mean like there wasn't much that was to be done. Like she didn't do anything, and then her ancestors are, in terms of Israelite, is just Jacob. Jacob is her father, and like that's literally the start of the Israelites. And then going back, we don't really know of any harlots in the seed line from Adam, Seth, Noah, down all the way to Jacob and whatnot. Okay, so we can't really see that Dinah could have done something as she regenerated. But for Tamar, okay, so David is a little more down the line, and this is after Egypt. Okay, so then there's a lot more, and this is also after when there was Israel. The nation of Israel was a thing. So there were opportunities where also there were Israelites that were going off, as in Egypt, and after that, okay, as in the wilderness. So Tamar there was an opportunity for there to be an ancestor of Tamar's in order to have done something wicked, which led to the punishment, quote unquote punishment, of Tamar, which led to her getting raped. Okay, so that's how we have the difference in I guess the rape definition, as well as understanding more that the fact that there shall no evil happen to the just, because Dinah, she I guess the best way to say is she started the wickedness. Okay, she started her own wickedness by doing what she did, and then Tamar, she might have not have done anything as Tamar, but in her previous incarnation or whatever, then she was wicked. She was probably wicked. She was most likely wicked. All right, so that's another thing that that's another thing that is translated into how people today, or children today, are suffering a lot of horrible things. All right, so now Daniel chapter 7 verse 13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Okay, so obviously Son of Man is talking about YAHAWASHI. Verse 14, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So there's Yahushua is going to rule everlastingly. It's going to be forever. It's not going to be destroyed. It's not going to pass away. It's going to be everlasting. Okay, and YAHAWASHI is going to be a righteous ruler. Okay, as we know in Jeremiah 31, 34, 33, the Most High is going to put His law in, all of our inward parts, and it's going to be in our hearts. So we're not going to do any wickedly, and we're not going to be able to do anything wicked. And Yahawashi being the righteous man that he was, obviously, even more so, he's going to be an even more righteous ruler. And then Proverbs 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So we're gonna have the heathens are gonna be happy that there's gonna be finally be a righteous ruler. Okay, not like as it continuing on in Proverbs 29 verse 2, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, so which that's Esau, Edom, and how this world is basically hell. Not basically. It is literal hell for us, okay? And apparently for a lot of heathens as well, okay? Now, finally, Revelation chapter 21, verse 4, and Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So, when Yahawashi delivers, when the kingdom of heaven is up and about, okay, there's not going to be any more crying. Like, comprehend this. There's going to be no more crying. No one's going to cry. There's going to be no more death. No one's going to die. Okay, no sorrow. There's going to be no more pain. It's just going to be peace. Okay, and with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I hope this lesson was a faith booster. I hope this lesson really opened the eyes of not just my people, but the fact that heathens need this too. The heathens need Yahawashi to return. Okay, like this, like all this time of just me, like, thinking about my people, I never really noticed how the fact that the heathens, they would benefit from it too. They would be happy, honestly. Alright, so I hope this lesson was edifying. I hope this lesson was a faith booster. I hope this lesson was an eye-opener. I really pray that, we get out of here very soon. And with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem RICANS. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say Shalom.